I'm back. Back again. Bobby back. Oh, hello? Controller broke? Fuck. Oh, wait, no, it didn't. Tell a friend. The squirrel of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. It sounded like a noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time, it put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far more than like a ghost than a living human should. It was Clover. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank, stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Aside from the rise of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt it, as if even a nudge would cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces. Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way the 9th man was. Seven lowered his voice like an effort to keep. Yeah, there is! Big one! It's gonna be big. There's gonna be maybe spy party. There's gonna be drinking, maybe. There's gonna be fucking Bobby. I don't know. Laughs and much more. And it'll be happening in my living room. Seven lowered his voice, likely in an effort to keep Clover from hearing what he had to say. There were 4 other people in the room with Junpei and Seven. Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. Seven looked at each of them in turn and continued. Pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then, they shoved him into it alone. Waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was game over for old Snakey boy. He didn't have a chance, but he didn't give up. Probably knew it wouldn't do any good, but he ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he'd had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonator only activated if everybody who's authenticated when they went in uses the dead. And 81 seconds and then 81 seconds after you shoved in, that happened. I see. So, what you meant by killers, huh? You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake. It wouldn't open for Snake in a single killer. Oh. Fucking whoops. Duh, exactly. That means we're looking at multiple perps here. Junpei crossed his arms and grunted. Well, in that case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed? When we all split up to look for the parts of the Reds, I think. Right after that, we noticed he was gone. But that means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching rooms we've been assigned, looking for those parts. Yeah. That means any one of us could be the killer. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? June seemed shocked. How can you say one of us is a killer so casually? Well, not just one of us. I'm right. At least 2 of us are murderers. Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? What are we gonna gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants. You know. What? Zero wants? Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and a loser. Whoever makes it through the 9 doors is a winner, and people who don't are losers. Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory. Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up and make us fight each other? Yes. That is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to suspicion. We have to trust one another and form a strong bond of friendship. Otherwise, we'll end up ensnaped by Zero's manipulations. Then, does that mean the person who killed Snake? Yes, almost certainly Zero himself. If there's anybody we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us. Does this sound reasonable, like he would have killed Snake as well? Junpei hadn't really considered that. If Zero had killed Snake, then Zero was on the ship with them. Was Zero still on the ship with them? What option will we pick? We're gonna go ahead and save here. First chat gets it. What do you want me to say? Junpei wasn't sure, or, of course. What are we gonna say, y'all? You let me know. First chat will get it. Please let me know which one you want me to say. But yeah, we're looking at either Junpei wasn't sure, or of course that Zero was sure. Zero's still on the ship with them. What is the option here? I have to go to the washroom real quick. Y'all let me know. I'm not going to bother setting myself on BRB, but I will turn off my mic. Not going to turn off my camera. Not going to go right here, but like, just in case, you know. Done deal. That's what we'll go with in 1 second. Tinkle time. You vote number 1. That's what we're choosing. Junpei's not sure. Junpei wasn't sure. Hey, I'm just wondering about one thing. And what's that? How can we be so sure that Zero's on this ship? How can you be so sure that Zero's on the ship? Ace's eyebrows shot up. Interesting. Interesting. That's interesting. Really, Junpei, I confess I'm a little disappointed. You're usually rather smart. Isn't it obvious? Obvious. How so? Okay. This ship, yeah. Huh? Zero said this ship several times when he addressed us. I am Zero. I am the captain of this ship. The purpose of this game is simple. Leave this ship alive. As you have no doubt surmised, this ship has begun to sink. If you weren't here, you wouldn't have said this ship, would he? He'd be saying something like that ship or the ship. Oh. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. Ace's explanation made perfect sense. Junpei felt a little foolish that he hadn't seen it himself. Still, he was left with a question, and it was one of no small importance. If Zero's on the ship, where is he? Suddenly, everyone went very quiet. The silence was cold and clammy, and Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. Again, he heard the ghosting moaning noise. Okay. And moments later, a person who looked more than like a ghost appeared. It was Clover. And she looked at the floor and spoke. Her voice was cold and monotone. I think Zero is one of us. Every human body in the room froze. The only sound was the muffled rustling of breath. Eyes darted from face to face. One of those faces was their jailer. I'm getting something set up here. But who? Junpei said. What did Junpei say? Well, that's possible. Or, that's crazy. What did Junpei say, y'all? You let me know. While I set up my little spot here a little bit better. What did Junpei say? You get to vote. Y'all, first chat gets it. What are we thinking? What are we saying? What's good? It's your boy. We're gonna save here. And yeah, just give me an option here, one or two. Did Junpei say that's crazy for the memes? Done deal. Would you like to quit? No. That's impossible. That's crazy. Isn't the ship gonna sink in a few hours? Oh, I have my controller. If Zero was here with us, he'd be putting himself in danger. Why the hell would he do something like that? There's no motive. Clover looked at Junpei. Her face fell. Memes? 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 Is mayonnaise a meme? Clover looked at Junpei and her face fell. You don't believe me? Her eyes were so pitiful. The moment Junpei met them, he felt his heart tighten. He didn't think what he said was wrong, but perhaps the way he had said it had been too intensive. Clover had just lost her brother. His death wouldn't have been bad enough, but she'd also been blasted with a wreck of his body. Junpei barely knew him, and the sight had been enough to make him sick. What Clover had felt, he couldn't begin to imagine. In the mental state must have been in, it was understandable that she would look at those around her with suspicion. Yeah, script. Clover and Snake are brother and sister. Oh my god, what's happening back here? Clover and Snake are brother and sister, y'all. Yeah. And, June and Junpei are childhood friends. But those are the only two connections of people that we know so far. In the mental state she must have been in, it was understandable that she would look around at those around her with suspicion. She felt everyone was against her. The least Junpei could have done was try to understand what she was feeling. He felt ashamed of what he had said. Perhaps he thought he should apologize. Their brother and sister? No. Their brother and sister, like, that's... I can confirm their brother and sister status is not, like, determined by the choices you make. I will not confirm or deny whether or not you can save Snake, though. Perhaps he thought I should apologize. And what's this? A weave. Okay, I was gonna say weave made. I was gonna say, what this? Oh, that's this eye business. We're in this together. Oh, ruh-roh, Scooby. Like, eoink, Scoob. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Perhaps he thought I should apologize. But before he could apologize, the apology could begin. Clover, I understand what you're feeling. You don't feel that you can trust any of us. Ace had beaten Junpei to the punch. As he spoke to Clover, her face was calm and friendly. His face was calm and friendly. But you have to understand, the more that we distrust one another, the further we fall into the trust. Chat. As he spoke to Clover, Zero was the one who horribly did these horrible things to your brother. Do you want to let yourself be manipulated by someone who did such a horrible thing? Clover didn't answer. She didn't even look at Ace. The whole time, her eyes were on Junpei. He could feel Clover's eyes boring into him. They were the color of a deep winter lake. Junpei saw no suspicion in them, only sadness. Then, in that horrible silence... Yeah, we succeed, I fail. They heard a bell begin to ring. It was the clock at the center of the staircase. 3 in the morning. Means we have 3 hours left. Well, and we need to move now. 7, Clover. I know how you feel, but you need to understand right now it's important that we trust one another, don't you? 7 and Clover remained silent. Their eyes looked something at each other very far away. We must go. There is little time left. Ace's words had put their feet to moving. They all knew where they were going. Their next destination was Mercury. Their next destination was my living room. It sat body to the wall, stairs that led to the casino and kitchen between the 2 elevators. The Mercury card reader. We're in the end game now, by the way. Junpei stayed in front of the Mercury card key, I think. I think we're in the end game. 7 had given him the key. I found it when we were checking out the shower room. At least that's what he'd said. Junpei slid the card through the card reader. The light on the reader turned green and made a tiny electronic noise. Now they were ready. Junpei and June had been chosen as the investigators. The reasoning being that they'd been to E-Deck before and no one else had. As before, Junpei sent the elevator ahead to make sure the water hadn't flooded. As before, the elevator returned. The elevator? The fuck's an elevator? Not like an olive elevator? The elevator returned as dry as it had left. Once again, they checked for water. Junpei and June stepped into the elevator. Fucking elevator over here. We're gonna ready to save. I don't know if there's another puzzle room here, but I know we are getting close to an ending, I think. There were only 2 buttons they could press. They could push C and bottom buttons. The rest were destroyed and did nothing when pushed. Junpei hit the button. The doors closed. Slowly, they began downward. Sometime later, Junpei and June stepped off the elevator into the bottom deck. Oh my god, the bottom button! I'm a fucking dummy. The button. The fuck's a button? They stepped off and saw the hallway to the right, somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. The hallway in front of them was a dead end. But not a regular dead end. This is a numbered door. This is the 8th one we found. There were 2 numbered doors on B deck near the central staircase, 5 and 6. No, sorry, 4 and 5. There were 3 more numbered doors in the large central hospital room, 3, 7, and 8. Junpei and June had found another door on E deck. Lotus had found a 7th on A deck. There was a 6 on E deck, and now a 1 on A deck. 4, 5, 3, 7, 8, 6, 1. And now 2 stood in front of Junpei. There was only one thing it meant. Do you think the next door will find? Yeah, I think so. The next one's going to be door 9. Despite himself, Junpei felt excited. There was something about the excitement that frightened him as well. He did his best to put his mind and headed back to C deck with June. We might be in the end game now, folks. All right, let's open these up. The pieces of paper they folded up lay on the ground next to Junpei's legs. There were 7 of them, all told. They were written on paper pulled from Junpei's notebook, and each of them bore a code name and a door. Why had they decided to vote that way? They decided it wasn't fair to simply ask everyone at once. That would allow people to force others to go through certain doors. Well, that wasn't the only reason. Junpei had proposed a voting system, and he had a plan. It wasn't a plan he wanted anyone catching on to, though, so it was best to act calm when he began opening and reading the pieces of paper. The first one read, Ace requests door 1. Yes, I do. Would you like me to explain? We do not have time for that. Let's keep going. He opened the second one. Next is Santa. He wants door 6. That's what I wrote. Junpei continued. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Clover wants 1, Lotus wants 2, and 7 wants 2. Wait a minute. There's no way I'm going anywhere with that elephant man. No. There'd be no point in voting if we'd let their choices be changed like stuff like that. But just give it up, Lotus. Alright. I love that too, script. I'm still figuring it out, but yeah, he's pretty casual. It's not like I wanted to come here and hang out with some exhibitionist grandma. I'm not an exhibitionist. I'm wearing clothes. Barely. So? Last I checked, that's not a crime. You go, girl. Maybe not. What about common decency? Nobody wants to have to look at a chick with a half-naked raisin. My God! 7! Rah! I am going to kill you! Lotus's hair flared out like a mane of an angry lion as she roared with a voice that shook the walls. With some difficulty, Ace managed to restrain her. Junpei, read the best. Oh, right. Junpei tore his eyes around. What the hecky? Looked down at the 6th piece of paper. He opened it. June wants door 6. Yeah, she tackled him into the ground and went with him. Like, fucking quarterback, linebacker, went for the end zone, shot her puck into the net, and got 7 points. Like, touchdown, we made it, 15 love, let's go. June wants door 6. Yes, I don't really want to reason. I just felt like that. All the papers say Junpei's had been read. He did some quick calculations in his head. People who requested door 1 are Ace and Clover. It's not a secret. June is so cute. This was door A near the central staircase. People who had requested door 2, 7 and Lotus. And people who had requested the other door. This was the only door on the bottom deck and can be reached by taking the elevator to the bottom of the ship. People who requested door 6 were Santa and June. This was on E deck and could be reached taking the elevator near the staircase down. It took him less than a second to run the numbers. He opened the 7 piece of paper and spoke. Okay, then the last one's mine, and I wanted to go through. Is June's age given? I'll look it up for you. Well, she's probably the same age as Junpei. I think she's exactly the same age as Junpei because they literally went to school together. Would you like to quit? No. Ow. Ooh, I gotta write a poll here. So this will be a long one. This will be a 3-minute poll because this is a big one. Manage poll. New poll. What door? Oh, well, there's 2. And that's... And... Oh my god. Okay. Oh no, not Santa. 7 was Lotus. And then door 6 is... Okay, we're gonna run this for 3 minutes. Start the poll, rock the vote. Let's rock the vote, everybody. Rock the vote, please. And I will get June's official age. 1 second. I think she's like 21 to 25. There's no, oh, 21. What? 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 Give me a second here. She's either 21 or 22. She's, make sure I'm not pulling up the right stuff. Okay, good. The wrong stuff. Okay, I was like, there. I gotta scroll down. Holy macaroni sauce. Let's go to the notes. Here we go. No. Trivia. Akane is 9 days older than Junpei. And I'm just seeing if there's anything here about her. It's just 21 or 22. The 21, 22, door 6, you have to vote. This one is a huge story choice. So y'all need to, you need to vote, and you could spend your cosmic crests on extra votes if you really want that door 6. We're going for every ending. It's just a matter of right now what we're going for. So what do you want me to go for right now? You let me know, and you gotta rock the vote. Don't rock the vote, baby. Tip the vote. Don't rock the vote over. And, let me know. And then we will decide when that comes up here. Let's see the chat. We've got, the poll, 21. Then she's cute as hell. Yeah. Just, vote in the poll. And worst case scenario, we will go with door 6. But if something else gets voted on in the poll, 100% going with that. Because the poll for these ones, we do need to take a little more time into our consideration here. So I'll let you know. Gotta be more careful in this day and age. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They did make sure that every character in this game is of age for a reason. Because it's a very adult game, Like, what's her face? Clover's 18, 19. Well, 18 this game, 19 in a later date. Except Clover. Yeah, she's 18. She's cute. She's like a child. She definitely I trust Clover. I love Clover. She's awesome. Clover's like my girl. She's my bae. She is literally the best. Yeah, not initially though. She is literally the best. I think Clover is one of the most trustworthy people in this game, and I mean, I personally think that that's gonna work. So we're going through door 6. I wanted to go through door 6. Junpei flipped open the piece of paper. It read, Junpei, door 6. Of course it did. He'd written it, after all. That's a problem. Jun's head spoke barely above a whisper, but they all knew what she'd said. None of the teams will be able to go through the doors they want. Clover and I chose door 1. Otis and I chose door 2. That's not enough people to open a numbered door, however. The digital routes don't match up neither. We've got a similar problem. Junpei and I want to go through door 6. Our digital route is 5. If we're going to open that door, we need a 1. Damn. What are we going to do? Do you know what we're going to do? What are we going to do? Junpei crossed his arms, did his best, and put his thoughts in order. The others followed suit, but with little results. And eventually, Clover broke the silence. Why don't Seven and Lotus just go through door 1? Why don't Seven and Lotus go through door 1? Hello? Because, with me. Okay. With me. Okay. Her face was cold and flat. Their voice, but her logic was sound. Seven and Lotus looked at each other. 7 plus 8 plus 4 equals 1 plus 9. Math. The first problem resolved, Ace spoke up. What about me? Isn't it obvious? Wasn't one of the teams just complaining that they didn't have a 1? I mean, I should join Santa's team? Clover nodded, her face still cold and emotionless. Her attitude and posture could not have been more different than the energetic girl they met only a few hours before. No one really seemed ready to contradict her. Her response was understandable given the horrible situation in which they'd found herself, but even so, I understand. I will go through door 6 then. If we do as Clover suggested, we can all pass through a numbered door. No one will be left behind. This seems to be the most reasonable solution. And you are correct in that script. Yeah, there was a retcon there for her age. I think it's either a retcon or a difference in the Japanese original. Sorry. It's either that or a translation difference. Because I did notice an earlier translation error there where one of them said screwdriver and then it later said broom. So I don't know. Loaded 7, what do you guys think? I don't have a problem with it. Me either. All right, then we're good to go. At last, Junpei and the other 6 had managed to separate themselves into 2 teams. Clover, 7, and Lotus headed to A deck, where 1 was, near the main staircase. Junpei, June, Ace, and Santa, however, took the elevator to E deck. The ride to E deck was a silent one. All right, let's go. Santa's words jolted them to action, and they stepped out of the elevator into a long, straight hallway. Before long, they arrived in front of the door 6. One by one, they put their palms over the red. With a soft electronic noise, it authenticated each of them. The door opened, and all at once, the 4 of them leapt through it. Fortunately, the dead was located easily enough. This one had placed quite closely to the door they'd entered through. They gathered around it quickly and hurriedly placed their palms on the authentication one by one on the dead. It stopped. Yeah, it stopped. The countdown had ceased, but Junpei's heart was still pounding in his chest, like a frantic, thunderous drum. It felt as though it might shake itself and out his throat. He'd been through the door 3 times, and but the repetition had not dulled the experience. He was not anxious to find it dulled, however. He hoped to be free of this ridiculous game long before that happened. All right, let's go. With that attempt at good humor, Junpei took a deep breath. Oh, fucking hello. Oops. And began to walk. He jogged down the stairs at the end of the hallway and found himself staring at a large door. It was a heavy door made of iron and looked more than a little threatening. He took a hold of the bar that serves as the doorknob and shoved it down. The room beyond stopped him in his tracks. It was a gargantuan and made entirely of metal. None of the accents or wood or tile he'd seen in the rest of the ship. This was purely functional, but utterly tremendous. Whoa, the hell is... Oh, sorry. Whoa, what the hell is this? Santa got a few words out before the awe stole the rest of them. The rest were too stunned to offer anything but gasps. It was easily the largest room they'd seen thus far, and yet somehow closed and oppressive. The ceiling was at least 2 stories high. It was, if not significantly more. It was easily several hundred feet across and appeared to stretch the entire width of the ship. In the center of the gargantuan room stood a massive, rounded building. Even from a distance, the sheer bulk of it was oppressive. Junpei could feel the room, the building, even the air pressing down upon him. Junpei and the others standing on the scaffolding that crisscrossed the whole area. With the proper term was catwalk, Junpei thought, although it didn't seem particularly important. Alright, let's head downstairs. I want to save. Just in case. Always want to be saving in this kind of thing. Okay. Nearby was a long iron staircase that made its way eventually to the floor beneath them. They moved around towards the opposite side of the massive building, following the catwalk. They hadn't said much as they walked, but as they approached the building, Ace suddenly spoke up. Looks to be a steam engine room. The steam engine? Yes, the thing that looks like a cross-section of the mushroom is a boiler. To see the three rounded doors near the bottom? Coal is put into one of these and burned, which heats the water, producing steam. The same thing that drives a steam engine. This one is simply somewhat larger. I see. If Ace is right, the boiler was boiling while nothing as they approached it. The entire room was as silent as a grave. Suddenly, Junpei heard a noise behind him. He turned just to see in time to see June collapse to her knees. And I think with that, we are going to take a brief break so that y'all can stew on that. Why did June collapse to her knees? We'll find out in the next episode. Now, we're not ending the stream. We're just going on Be Right Back. But for the vlog content, the post-vlog content, this will be, yeah. Okay. We're going on a brief break, and then we'll find out why June collapsed. Is she dead? We don't know. But we'll see. Hello. Oh my god, I just need to get a stretch in here. Give me a minute or two. Oh my god, I went back live, but I'm not really ready yet. Like, I need to finish my stuff. I need to hook up my headphones, and we're playing Till an Ending. What was that? Okay, no, we're good. We haven't dropped any frames. I'm just monitoring a couple things and stalling for time. Script, I have to ask you a pretty big favor here. Are you able to clip what is about to happen? I just want to know if you're at your computer and ready. If not, I can timestamp it and extract it in post. But if you can clip something for me, and I'll tell you when to just do the clip, you'll know what it is. You'll kind of know what it is, but I just need to know, are you able to do that? Because if not, I can extract it from post. But I need to make a timestamp for it. One sec. It's not ready yet, but just let me know when you are ready to make the clip. All you'll need to do is hit the clip button when I tell you to clip that. It's coming up, so something's coming up. I'm letting you know. Something is coming up, and I will need this. Okay. So what is about to happen? I do need. Let me get my controller. Let me get back on here. Let's save the game. Okay. Get my controller ready. Is June dead? Sorry. He turned just in time to see June collapse to her knees. Is June dead? Script says yes. And well, I got some news for you, Script. Hey, what's wrong? That's what I need clipped, and then I'll need a second clip, okay? Can you clip that start point there? I can get this from here. I'll make a note of it, 154. Because that'll just tell me to extract that in post, as well as getting the two specific clips I need. Hey, what's wrong? Are you all right? He dashed toward her and wrapped his arm around her shoulders to steady her. It was then that he noticed. You're really warm. Is your fever coming back? Yes. Yes, it probably is, but I'm fine. Please don't worry about me. I just need to rest, and I'll be fine. Her voice was weak and forced, and it said a great deal more than her words did. Junpei carried her to the nearest wall and propped her against it. She let her head fall back against the wall as if she no longer had the strength to support it and drew a ragged breath. Her eyes were empty, as if she was having trouble focusing them, and even speaking seemed difficult for her. Junpei felt his hand ball into a fist, clenched tightly, his knuckles whitening. He had to find a way out, and quickly. Good stuff. Thank you, Script. He turned and looked at Ace and Santa in turn. They might not have shared a depth in his emotion, but they certainly shared his concern. He didn't need words to express the urgency of their situation. Alright, let's get started. Hang in there, June. Thank you. That'll be helpful for what I need for this post, a secret project thing. Let me know the other one. The other one's going to be longer and probably it might not occur for a few days. The other one you don't actually need to be here for. I just need to remember to clip the other one when it happens, because it's for the secret project, right? It's going to be a part of the edit I do for the secret project. A couple of things I need to edit for this series. Hang in there, June. I'm going to get you out of here real soon. She managed to stall and nod before leaning back and rest her head against the wall. $157. Still Script. Let me go ahead and take care of this. Let me go ahead here and move on over. We placed her against the wall, didn't we? The pillar goes up towards the ceiling. I'd say this is probably here to move the coal from place to place. Probably moves coal, comes from over there. And then the belt carries it down the tunnel and out here. So if the conveyor belt was moving, yes, the coal would almost certainly come out here. BRB bathroom? Sounds good, Script, but before you go, let me manage the prediction, because choose the outcome. Is June dead? Well, no way, because she clearly is just sick. I need to make a timestamp for that. I need to timestamp that right now. 157. Okay. Well, you win some, you lose some. Sorry, Script. Oh, I gotta get back to the game. Oh, this is gonna be hard to play with a controller. I might have to play this one with my my mice. A huge bronze gear. This has to be important. So this is where you put the coal into the furnace. That's right. I had to look at it earlier, but it's rusted shut, I'm afraid. Perhaps you should check out the other side. It's the huge oven for the boiler. There are 3 areas to it. Each of them open areas has gear to it. Oh. Okay. Nothing. Oh my god. It's a square hole, dude. Nothing in here. Oh wait, did I set the prediction again? Yeah, no, it's just managed. Look at the back of the wall. I can see 3 small slots, terminals for those sort of connector, perhaps. You mean this thing's supposed to be something in there? Perhaps. Oh, let me turn my camera. That's hot. That's hot. That's good. Cool. Stairs stretching from the catwalk to the boiler. Man, this thing is huge. I guess the ship needs something that can power it like this to power it. True, but I know a single boiler this size can move a ship like this at any reasonable speed. You need at least 3, 4 of these. Huh, I guess you know a lot about boats, huh? Well, I'm not... Really, it's common sense, you know? I mean, yeah, thing's pretty big. Like the Titanic, that needed probably more than, like, a battery. Single fucking battery powering the whole damn Titanic. Like, oops. Hamster on a wheel. Oh my god. We're not gonna do that yet. We aren't gonna get anywhere with this pile of boxes here. What the hell are these things anyway? They're too heavy to move. Flip coming. Uh-oh, is there a good one? Did I make a good one? Because I have to extract something for post. I already have my timestamps for that, though, but there's one clip, yeah, for sure. Let's go through this. One of the doors on the furnace. There's an A on it. Script loss. Is this grief? I want to see this. Script, but before you go, let me manage the prediction because that's good. That's good. That's good. Script, you did well. There's an A on it. There's a circular wheel in the center of the doors. All right, let's give this sucker a twist. Well, it's noisy, but it opens, and it's totally pitch black in here. We should go in there. All right, let's go. This looks just like the other door we went in. Where are we? It's funny because I guess wrong. Well, you know, you win some, you lose some. Okay, BRB. Sounds good. I'll make sure if we get to any big story points, we take a little break for you. We must be on the other side, right? What put us directly above the conveyor belt? At any rate, we should keep moving. There's a great deal we've yet to investigate. Well, anyway, it looks like that's a pipe. It's the bottom that connects to the conveyor belt housing. Coal must come out of this pipe onto the conveyor belt. In other words, there must be a great deal of coal in the pipe. All right, let's give this wheel a spin. What? No, that's weird. It doesn't feel any resistance. Uh-oh, I broke it. Great job, genius. You broke it. I didn't break it. It broke by itself. This supports and braces the side of the ship. That's next to a ladder. Oh. Okay, let's go here. The hand-operated winch. There's no wheel to turn. Oh yeah, I've got the wheel when I pulled off the other winch. Sweet, it's a perfect fit. It's like they were made for each other. Good, I should be able to turn this now. Good work, Junpei. We should be able to haul the wooden box now. See that wooden box? It's under the catwalk. Can you see it? It's right there, Junpei. Are you able to see it, Junpei? It's right there. It's hanging from the rope. Right there, isn't it? Can you see it? It looks like there's some sort of device in the box. I'm not sure what it is. At any rate, you might as well turn the wheel now. I'm counting on you. Alright, I'll turn the wheel. Huh? What's this? What happened? The wheel only turns to the left. Only turns to the left? That means we can't reel up the rope. Yeah. We can only let the rope down. Interesting. I don't think it'll be a problem. We simply need to go downstairs after letting the box down. It'll be... counting on you, Junpei. Sure thing, no sweat. Okay. I believe the box has reached the floor. Yeah. Stuck his head out over the side of the catwalk and looked down. The box that had only recently hung just below the catwalk was now set on the floor. It had come to rest near the end of the tunnel that covered the conveyor belt, near where June had collapsed. Junpei could see her still leaning. Junpei could see her still leaning off the wall. Barely had the strength to sit up, even from far away. It was not difficult to see that she had not improved. He almost thought he could see the heat rising from her body. She doesn't seem to be improving. Ace's expression was inscrutable, but he'd said what they'd all been thinking. Well, of course not. She's gonna just get better, you know, like, it'll take time. He tried desperately to convince himself that was what he said. Missed what reveal? What reveal? There's no reveal. What reveal? But Junpei is secretly zero? Imagine. What could be causing this, I wonder? Actually, it's June. June 0. Calling it now? It's fucking Clover. It's Clover. It's Clover. Clover Zero. You got me. You got me, yo. Clover Zero. Fucking. Who else is in this game? I can't think of anybody else. Everyone is Zero. I can't believe. What else could be causing this, I wonder? Illness, perhaps? It's gotta be exhaustion. Santa's response was confident and certain. She gets dropped to some weird-ass ship, forced to play some messed-up game. If you think about it, it's a lot weirder and we're not freaked out just like her, you know? So you're saying we're abnormal? Yeah. We're just running around this room solving all these puzzles like it's just business as usual. How the hell can you call that normal? We're just guinea pigs. Santa snorted in disgust. A guinea pig? You mean like a lab rat? You mean like we're being used for some sort of experiment? Is that what you're saying? Don't know. But it doesn't seem like a possibility, you know? They stood there for a few minutes, no one speaking, until Santa turned and walked away from the winch. Junpei and Ace followed him. If you liked the video, consider leaving a like, follow, and subscribe. Check us out on other social medias linked in the description. Bye now.